today I decided not to have an intro on the stream and just literally just jump right in. and just start with the piano a little bit until chat starts. Let's see what's happening. Okay, I think everything is working. Actually, this is the first time I'm doing it without like the intro. Like, stream starts in 5 minutes. No, stream starts now. Welcome back to another AFSHEEN live from the studio. It is September 24th, 10:34 a.m. Normally, I like to go on Twitch and just say, hey, yo. So let me just type in a message on Kick, because we're streaming on Kick. And we're streaming on Twitch. We're also streaming on YouTube. So let me just say what up here for whoever's tuning in. I hope you're having an amazing Wednesday. I know I am. I mean, I'm here with you. What else? I'm here with you. How else can it be better? I don't know. Well, maybe it's gonna only get better after this. But yeah. Good morning to you, Kim. Hey yo. I see you, Anka. Hi. I know we have heard the song from yesterday. If you were here, I was actually working on Zodiac. And I listened back today on my speakers here, and it sounds pretty darn good. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds really, really cool, man. And I'm really excited to continue to work on it today. I have like the basics of the track down, the composition down, and it's gonna be all about basically layering and adding layers and adding little cool things here and there, and really getting the track from like the 85% to 120%. That's the goal. But I just thought I start the stream with what the actual composition sounds like. And it sounds something like this. Okay. Actually, let me turn up my headphones. Also, yesterday I was talking to my friend Laura Morano. She's a really good friend of mine. I've known her for over a decade. It's kind of crazy. And I don't know, we were just talking about maybe perhaps having her come here and do a stream together. So my whole goal has been to at some point kind of have guests and have my friends here. But for right now, I'm just here with me and you, because I think that's special. But I am looking to have more artists and more of my friends on stream. I think it'd be just fun and like a different dynamic. But having said that, let's just play the piece. It's called Zodiac. And it sounds something like this. That's what it sounds like. And it's cool that like that like the actual melody it just exists there, and I know it well, and it just always helps to know like the melody really really well when I'm actually working on the actual track. This way I can really feel what needs to be there and what doesn't need to be there. And again, it's all about being able to kind of serve the essence of a song or a composition or a track or whatever. But this is what it sounds like. This is what we've done yesterday. This track, all those background synths, it kind of feel like breathing. The whole thing is like breathing, you know? Like inhale, exhale. You know what I mean? So cool. It just pulls at my heartstrings like, I still love it. It's been stuck in my head. Mine too. That's why I was like, I need to finish it, you know? I love this record. I think it's really cool. And also, I haven't put out that many instrumental music before. This is gonna be my second instrumental track that I've done my whole career that I'm gonna put out. Which is cool. You know, when I first was actually working on this track on like previous streams, there is this actually music video that I found. It's by John Hopkins. He's like one of my favorite artists too. If you guys don't know about John Hopkins, it's JONHOPKINS, John Hopkins. He is an incredible artist. Just someone who is just a genius when it comes to like sound design and like, yeah, he's done a lot of stuff for Coldplay, and he's had his own albums and he tours and stuff like that. But he has this one music video that I just found, for whatever reason, it just goes so well with this song. So I'm gonna actually show you guys this right here. It's so weird, but it works so well with this song. So check this out. Which is funny because Kim, if you're still here, we were actually talking about the smiley thing, like in the sky. So check this out, because like the visual on this thing is like ridiculous. It's so good. Anyways, let me just play you the song with the video, and then you can be the judge of it. This video, I think it's so cool. And it goes so well with Zodiac. Cool. It's so beautiful. It kind of makes me a little bit like emotional, actually. It's really cool. What's so cool about this track, or not this track, this video, you don't even know if they're man, or if it's like a man and a woman, or a woman and a woman, and a man and a man. Like, we're just made of stars, man. We're just made of stars. That's the message of this thing. And I don't know, there's something so cool and really actually really actually profound about this whole, video, where it's like, it shows you like the actual journey of we don't matter, dude. Like, we don't matter at all. Like, look how vast the universe is, and we're just out here trying to argue with each other, trying to hate on each other, trying to bring each other down. Like none of that stuff is real. This is real. You know what I mean? Like, this is real. Like, we're just made of stars. We're just made of galaxies. And anyways, I just feel like it's just so cool. It's so cool. And it just goes so well with Zodiac. It's kind of, yeah, it's really profound. But we'll make it the smiley face with with like the Zodiac thing. I think that's going to be really cool. It's like the growth of two souls evolving together. Absolutely. I mean, yeah. And then also just like on like a bigger picture level, like it just goes to show that like literally like we're all one, like we're all connected, and it's like we're all connected through like stardust. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool, man. It's really cool. Picture like if you, I mean, this would be a dream come true, but imagine like if I had like actual visuals like this, right? And if I actually played this track at the Sphere in Vegas, so you have the crazy visuals like this, and then you have the track, and it's just like, whew, you just get immersed inside this world. It's pretty cool. Justin says bodies of light dancing in the night sky. I mean, that's what we really are, man. We are bodies of light dancing in the night sky. That's beautiful. That's beautifully said, by the way. Yeah. We are bodies of light dancing in the night sky. Some of the things I wanted to add to this track was I had this idea for Let me pull this over here so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm going to bring you back into Studio One. Yeah, so I have these drums. I love using these drums for like fills. And they're like really big drums. So I want really like kind of stadium sounding drums. Let's see. Let's see what I have. I think that's the one I have. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to put the phone right here. Whoa. Final Fantasy vibes. Yeah, that is true. You know what's so funny? I'm so happy that you actually said that. I was thinking about like I was actually thinking like, man, what was the video game? And it is Final Fantasy, you're right. Because I was thinking about like Devil May Cry. I think that's what it was. But I think it is Final Fantasy. What Final Fantasy like are we on? There's like a gazillion different ones, right? But it definitely has that Final Fantasy thing to it. Crazy. But yeah, these are the drums that I love. So let's see. If I put it here, I think I should put this here. Although I've always had it on the other side. For whatever reason, I feel like because of where the camera is, it'll just. Let's see if this even reaches. Does this even reach? Ah, no. Whatever. I'll just put it here. I just hope you guys can see it. All right, let me see what I can. Honest with you, I feel like this sound can go really nicely just on top of that snare like the whole time. Why not? It kind of gives it a big moment. You know, most producers, they like to pencil in stuff, which is 1000% faster than what I do here. But there is something about playing it for me personally. You know, how I kind of like to see myself. I just kind of see myself as like a one like man band. And I like to play all like parts of it as much as much as actually possible. There is something about playing it that gives you a certain level of satisfaction. So I know it's easy to kind of pencil in stuff, which is totally fine, by the way. Literally, there is probably no difference not probably, there is no difference when it comes to the final product, but there is for me, it's like the joy of playing, and I like to play. So when you play, it's nice. And also it does help you for your live actually performance stuff. Because if you're going to be actually performing live, and say if you do actually decide to use any sort of a you know MIDI actually controllers, or whatever, it just kind of keeps you sharp. But yeah, that's just my thing. But I'm gonna bounce this in place. Yeah, I think that sounds pretty cool. I'm gonna cut off the lows here, and a little bit of the highs as well, just because we don't need that. By the way, when it comes to your like final like master and final mixing, like the reason why I actually cut like I actually roll off these actually frequencies, because at the end all these little things add up, and that's what gives you headroom. So if you want to have more if you want a loud master, you need to have headroom, and if you need headroom, you need to get rid of all these little things that, like, over time, say when you have 100 tracks going on or 50 tracks going on, they just add up. So it's just a good way of sculpting your mix basically as you go. So this is before. This is before, and this is now with the which is kind of cool, because I wanted to, like, I didn't want to have like a super refined sounding snare. This kind of makes it a little bit more abstract sounding almost. It still has the groove, but it just makes it more like abstract sounding. And also one of the reasons why I also like to play it, versus actually penciling it in, is because you get a different hit like each time, especially when it comes to your actually velocity, like the length. So it makes it a little bit more human. So like you see here, like not one of these waveforms are the same. They hit just a slightly a little bit different. And again, these are all the little details that add up at the very end when it comes to your songs and your productions. call that big perk. Big perk. Then wow. I'm gonna save that sound, by the way, for another track because this is so cool. Oh, that's sick. That's freaking awesome. Actually, see, sometimes I want to be. One of the things I would like to do is to be able to work on 2 tracks at once. That'd be cool. Sick. Let me just save that. I want to save this sound because I don't want to lose it. Save. Store preset. I'm gonna call it what's the okay, Kim says save it. So I'm just gonna call it save it. That's actually a good name. Save it. I'm gonna save it. And I know this is very, very ADD, but again, when inspiration hits, don't play yourself and capture it as soon as possible. I'm going to put it in an ideas folder. I'm going to call it save it. That's actually a great name. I like it. Save it. And quickly make a beat with that. What happened? Did I lose? Man. Sorry, guys. Wait. Thanks, Studio One, for crashing on me. Okay, let me see. I don't want to lose that. I feel like it's really cool. There also might be a mosquito in here that's biting me. Okay. Where is my thing? Idea. Save it. All right. Let's see if. Come on, Studio One. Don't you crash on me. That my sessions open up in 44.1 and it switches it kind of messes with the UAD thing. So I gotta make sure that we are in 48 because if we're not, it'll be. Am I like in sync right now or is it off sync? Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I just double checked. Okay, cool. I just would have hated if this whole thing uh, went off the rails. All right, let me see. Where is save it? Because I saved it and I called it save it. Oh, no, it's not in this one. It's in the sample thing. Where are we? Yeah, here. Then I'm going to go to save it. There it is. Okay, cool. We have it back. And how fast are we in? Let's see. I think it's one. Even faster. 1.6. Is Studio One like Logic Pro where you just buy it once, or do you need a new subscription for each system? That's a good question. I think you can have both. I think you can have both. And you can like either buy it once, or you can have like a subscription system or whatever. But don't quote me on that. But I'm like 98% sure. Yeah, I think I'll keep it simple. Let's see. Let's see. That's where it is. Okay, so that's the first part of it. Let me figure out the other part. Sometimes the quantization here just falls off. Hey. Hey. Da, da, da. Okay, dun, dun, dun. I'm still trying to decide on a DAW, and so far it's been a toss-up between Fruity Loop Studio and Logic, but I'm kind of liking this setup. It seems easier to understand than Fruity Loop Studio. Yeah, Fruity Loop is its own like universe. It's really easy to make like beats and stuff in, um, but to like make actual like records, like to finish a whole thing in it. Again, at the same time, it's like it's just that they all like more or less do the same thing. Like there's not much of like a crazy difference. It's just kind of your preference. The thing I love about Studio One is the fact that it does encompass a lot of different DAWs. Like it is kind of similar to Logic, and it is kind of similar to Cubase, and there are things that are there, um, that are like similar to for example Ableton, like to be able to key up to actually be able to change the key of a song or like the BPM of it like so easily. It's not really that easy in like Logic, um, but it's easy in Ableton, for example, and in Studio One it's also easy. So it just all depends on your preference and what you like. No, no, no. Now I have to figure out what kind of goes in the beginning, or like in the middle sections. I hear Logic isn't beginner user friendly. Um, it's pretty simple. It's not that crazy. I think it's pretty. It's not really that. Like if you have like a general understanding of DAWs, um, then yeah. One thing that I can tell you though, uh, with Logic, right? Like Logic is owned by Apple, right? And like Apple doesn't really like actually prioritize like Logic, right? So because because it's not their like main product that they sell. Like their main product that they sell is like iPads and iPhones, right? So Logic is like it's kind of a secondary thing for them, right? But for like Studio One, for example, like Studio One is owned by PreSonus, and now actually PreSonus is actually owned by Fender. So this is their main business, right? So this is their main product. So the care and the updates and all of that stuff that goes into kind of keeping this software as up to date and as friendly, like there's more care with this one than say like Logic, I would think and say, because also like I used Logic for a long time, for 10 years before I switched to Studio One. But I honestly haven't looked back. It does what I needed to do, and also it's great for recording as well. So like not just MIDI, but like recording and doing vocals and stuff like that. Um, That makes total sense. I never thought of it like that. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's just what it is. Like for Apple, they want to sell like iPhones to grandmas. Like that's their business model. Uh, Logic is not their main. They're not. It's not their. Uh, you know, money maker. And then on like a technical part of it too, I think Logic was actually created way before PreSonus, right? Way before. Actually before it was Logic. I think it was called Notator, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but the code that they actually built the program is on like a 32-bit code. So they just kind of built on top of that with like the newer actually versions. With Studio One, they built it from the get go from 64-bit. So when it comes to like plugins and all that stuff, I think it just makes more sense. And again, I haven't used Logic since I'd say like 2018 maybe or something like that. So I don't know. I haven't been in Logic since 2018. It's just also for like your CPU usage, like this is much like friendlier and like your plugin managements and stuff like that. So anyways, I am not getting paid by PreSonus at all to be saying any of this. It's just my personal experience. And it's so funny. They actually did send me like a um affiliate program link if people wanted to buy something, but I just haven't really looked into it. But if you wanted to buy it, I can find my affiliate link or something like that at some point. But they have like a free version. Like I'd say, download the free version first, uh, and see how you like it and how you get on with it. And if you want to have more features and stuff like that, then just buy it. So just to, I'm gonna, I'm gonna, I'm gonna actually go back to Zodiac soon. I just wanna lay down the what's coming into my brain right now. Just quickly have that locked in before we move back to Zodiac. Um, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. I want to stack those and make them fat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sick. Want to do two more like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 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 Yeah. Okay, let's see what that sounds like. And also the cool thing is because all those yes are pretty much the same vibe, I can just take these yes and stack them up, and it can even make them even fatter. Like, bam. Um, you're helping me so much. Thank you. Oh, of course. You this song sounds like a chant. Let's go. Absolutely. So cool to see you full process. Yeah, this is 1000% like what you are seeing right now is me being unhinged 100,000% because this is my raw process. Like I was literally working on a different song and then this thing came. And again, what I actually always say, don't ever judge what comes to you. Like you just have to capture it. The next day you can just be actually judgy about it. Be like, oh, this actually sucks. You know what I mean? But when it's happening, you have to capture it because if you don't, how I see like the creative process, like songwriting, production, whatever you're doing, right? How I see it is all these ideas are like little gifts that God gives you and or the universe gives you or whatever that you think gives you. I think God, but you can think whatever you want. Um, so who are we to question God? You know what I mean? Like if it's happening, let it happen. Kind of like what Tame Tame Impala says. Let it happen. Let it happen. See? Now it's all fatter. Uh, and then this I put here as like a reference of like what I want kind of all like ideas. Again, we don't question it. We just like if we were like painting, it would be just like put paint to canvas. Don't think, just splash it on there and then see what comes out. Um, yes, the butterfly effect. The butterfly effect. You never know what gifts you might miss if you don't let it flow. 1,000 billion%. I think actually, like, what a beautiful thing you just said, Anka. Like, um, I think that like perfectly explains the butterfly effect. Not questioning the blessings or the stream, let it happen, take action on it, and let the butterfly effect do its thing. That is so true. Dude, my whole life is a giant butterfly effect, I promise you. It's not a joke. I mean, to be actually honest with you, just even doing this stream here, took me 5 years to do this. I couldn't do it. But now we're here. Uh did I say put paint on cannabis? Oh my god, that is hilarious. Put or hey man, if enjoy your cannabis, maybe put some paint on cannabis. Actually, please don't do that. That's not good. Please YouTube, do not block my account because I didn't mean to say. I don't know what the rules are on YouTube here, but no, I said put paint on canvas. Did I say put paint on cannabis? That's so weird, but that also looks funny. Hey, um, if you paint and if you paint and if you actually watch this, that's a great painting. Putting paint on canvas, that is a hilarious. That's a really cool visual. Anyways, I regress. Let's get back to what is happening with this thing. Okay, cool. And then what I'm hearing in my head is we got to put some paint on canvas. Sorry, I can't let that one go. That's too funny. That's too funny. I am painting right now, but that's not what I'm painting. Oh, no way, you are actually painting. What are you painting? What are you painting? That is funny. I actually would love to know. But also, just to let you know, that would be a cool Next painting idea, putting paint on cannabis. So what I'm hearing is a clock ticking. I want to hear a clock tick, but I want to use it as like percussion. You'll see what I mean. I think that's cool. So we're gonna put that clock because time is ticking. Time is ticking. Time to put paint in cannabis, guys. And also, we want to add a tiny bit of compression. Actually, I lied. We're gonna add a lot of compression to this clock thing because I want to make sure. So I'll kind of give you the thought process behind it. You see how the first hit is louder than the second? I want to kind of bring both of them to the same level. So I'm just gonna really squish. That's cool. So this is before. It's kind of weak. After. Beautiful. And then you're going to turn down the volume so we're not clipping. See, we have two different type of processing when it comes to processing stuff. There is like the technical processing and there's creative processing, and this falls under the category of creative processing because it's more like I want to be able to hear certain like it really kind of changes the character of the sound versus like the role it plays in the mix, if that makes any sense. Yes, I am painting an artistic version of my human design chart so I can study it. Whoa. Wow. Okay. I am painting an artistic version of my human design chart. What is a human design chart? If you care to share, and if you don't, that's also okay. But I don't know what human design chart is. Is it just like the human body, I guess? I don't know. I'm guessing. By the way, like if you actually wonder how I've done all the songs I've done in K-pop and all the hits, this is pretty much my process of writing a K-pop hit. This is literally how it goes. It's like astrology. It is also called a body graph, and it is similar to chakra chart. By the way, Anka, can we just talk about this? Were you the one that came up with Zodiac, right? When I was actually working on the track, and then you said Zodiac, and then I was like, oh, this is the name for it, right? Or am I tripping? I think you were the one, but I could be wrong. But because you are talking about astrology, I was like, I think you are the one that said zodiac, and I was like, yo, zodiac is a great name. I see Preston, the DJ. Hi, I see you. I see you, chat. I love watching this come to life. Yeah, again, it's like not questioning. And again, this is again what you're seeing also the first time that I'm doing like a live stream and also doing this. So I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest with you. I'm just like messing around and thing, and then things happen. Everything is changing, yeah. Like something like that. I don't even know what key we are on, to be honest with you. I'm just I gotta make sure that we got the right key. No, 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 no. Yeah. What key are we in? Oh, baby, we're not the same. Oh, no, 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 no. It could be a C minor, perhaps, maybe. Let's see. It could be C minor. It also could be not. But let's see. See, but if I put this in chromatic, then I'll kind of catch those bandy notes. Yes, AFSHEEN. So that's what I've been calling it. I've been calling it AFSHEEN. So that's what this is now. We definitely talked about AFSHEEN. So maybe it was someone else that said Zodiac. I don't know. But yes, you did come up with AFSHEEN. So shout out to you. Could be a cool little sound effect thing. So I don't know what I played, but I'm gonna bounce it in place, and then I'm gonna find the part that does work, and then I'm gonna loop it. So you'll see. I have been working on turning some of my poetry into music, and so I've been learning to make beats for that. That is so helpful. Thank you. Oh, of course. That's awesome. That's really cool to hear. Yeah, like the biggest thing with making music, like again, it's like don't overthink anything, don't judge it. Uh just like just capture, man. Just be the vessel. Let it just come through. Um it doesn't matter if it sounds like, I mean, I'm like honestly I also even like also purposefully like played this kind of whack. Just to show you like it doesn't matter. You just need to capture what's coming and just record and record and record and record. And then you'll have all the time in the world to judge it and tweak it and but you just don't stand in the middle of you and the gift, which is the thoughts and the ideas and all that stuff. Uh so like this beginning, basically what it has to work with pretty much is this. So so I'm just gonna take the first half of this. So just this first half, because this first half is pretty clean, and I'm gonna loop it. Okay. And then it kind of it kind of creates like a tension, you know what I mean? And then when I like also work with like my friends who are like just like top liners or like songwriters or melody writers, kind of like what I have done here with like the melody here, like sometimes I just like write what I feel and stuff like that, and then I actually mute it, and then when I'm actually co-writing it with someone else, I just like I actually played like the track first, and I'm like, hey, here's this thing, and I let them also kind of express what they feel, and then if they do something, then I'm like, oh my god, this is so much like better than what I have done. And by also better, I mean like within the context of what's also working. Because I'm a big actually believer that there's no such thing as like this is better than this. It's just like what's working right now for this and what's the best option, what's the best thing that's going to have the most effect right now. So that's the idea that should win like all the time. It doesn't matter if it's my idea, your idea, her idea, his idea, I don't care. Like the best idea should win. And what's best for the song, right? So sometimes say like they actually do something, I'm like, oh wow, that's really cool. Or oh, that's really cool, but I can also use the thing I did, and then I played them my thing, and then they're like, oh wow, I actually like that. And then that's kind of like how like the collaboration works when it comes to like writing stuff, especially when it comes to like a lot of the songs I've done for actually K-pop. Most of the stuff that I've worked on is like this because I also work with other like songwriters and producers and stuff like that too. So this is kind of like the creative process from my end, and my goal is also to do stuff like this where I can have my friends here, as I said before, where you guys can see like the whole kind of experience as well. But this is just like me here kind of doing a lot of the stuff, but also like there's stuff that I've done that I'm 100% like, for example, Zodiac, right? Like with Zodiac, it's 100% me. Like that's just me, and I don't need to bring someone else on it because I feel like everything that has to be expressed has already been expressed and everything feels good and all that stuff, you know? Kim says, but I love you anyway. You got my head up in a daze. You and me both, Anka. I'm here for it. Go you. That's amazing. I'm so happy. Like this is, to be honest with you, like 100%. Like these are like the actual messages and things I wanted to see on this streams because like I'm doing this so at least I'm sharing what I know, and of course my also like experiences in like music and music industry and music business and all that stuff. And if I can just like help you just an ounce or just even just bring something to you that is of any help, like that makes me so happy. So this is what this is for. So just seeing stuff like this makes me so happy. That means I'm doing something right with my butterfly effects. Imagine this, you'd like learn something here and then you go and do your own song and then your song is blowing up and you're like, I was actually watching Af on his stream. So that's like the butterfly effect. Of course, that's the best case scenario for me because that would make me so happy to see something like that. And I do pray if you have any sort of actually aspirations to do anything with your music or with your art in general or anything for like the world to see it. I really actually pray that for myself every day. And I pray that for you as well, because I think just art in general, it's best when it's shared, because to me, like say like what we're doing is like, it's just one dimensional, meaning like, it's just this. I think the magic happens when you have the other person reacting to what like the piece of art is doing to them. So if it's like music or it's like a painting, and I think that's the magic. And like the more people that are reacting to something or if something is affecting them, I don't know, that's how you like really change the vibrations of like the universe. So that's what I actually pray for. So that's cool. I'm going to add one more thing to it before I put a pin in it. Actually, maybe I misspeak because maybe I do that. And then I'm like, oh, actually, what if I add this thing to it? So maybe that's not the, maybe that's not the last thing I do. But I do have an idea for that ending. If you don't know about the Middle Eastern strings, let me bring you into the world of Middle Eastern strings. Middle Eastern strings. So I want this for like the ending. Okay. Now I'm going to put that. Let's see how I can layer that in. Let me just make that louder. Can't really hear it. See, like this is kind of like straight, but you want a little bit more bendy, like. Okay, let's see. me see. Ah. Okay, let me see. Okay, there you go. And then you bounce that in place. Ooh, before you bounce it in place, you want to make that a little longer because you don't want it to cut off at the very end. You want to have that little tail. You see how that tail is right there? So we make that tail so we can have control over what happens. And then what I can do is I can just duplicate this, and I'm gonna make it 1 octave lower, and it'll sound like, it kind of gives it a little bit more it kind of gives it a little bit more booty. That's hard. And then here also I'm gonna, again, you see how that got cut off? Just to make sure it doesn't get cut off, you always want to have a little bit of a thing. So see, you can have your own nice little tail at the end. I want to make sure that this really matches together, so it's like unison. Like that. I'm also going to, I'm just going to compress this as well, just to make it a little bit. Okay, that's cool for now. Actually, I'm gonna, let me see, let me just turn this down. We don't want it to clip. We want it to sound clean. Also, there is a thing with like the delay compensation with the UAD plugin. So you see how like there's like a little delay there. You have to automatic. Well, I can actually set it up so it doesn't do that. I just haven't done it, but just so you know, sometimes you do have to make sure that it lines up perfectly. Also, you don't want too many things going on, you know, like just keep your stuff simple as possible. I'm going to call this synth tension. I mean, honestly, this might not be the move, but let me see what happens. Imagine if this was here each time like this. I wonder. I wonder. So maybe so that's interesting. It is interesting. Come on. Just gonna add a little bit of this just to give it a little bit of a vibe. All right, and then I'm gonna bounce that in place. Again, I love to work with audio because there's a certain level of commitment that happens that you just have to commit, and there's no not committing. You have to commit to it. And then one of the things that I like to do, this is a cool trick. You put like a you know, like actually tremolo plugin, whatever tremolo plugin that you have works. And you put it on, like you actually change the mode to pan, so it can pan. You put it all the way up. You see? And then you can make it faster. And then this way you can actually change the stereo image of a signal. So instead of it being like mono, which is in the center, now you have it kind of panning left to right. It becomes more stereo. And then it just all depends on what you want. You can make it as mono or as stereo as you want. But it's a really cool actually trick to have some stereo, to add stereo, like actually imaging and depth to your signal. Okay, cool. I have that idea down now. Now I can move on with it because I just didn't want to lose that moment. But we have it. See, the second I think I'm done. I'm wrong. I'm not done yet. Let me see. Sick. I love me some Middle Eastern strings. They have a lot of personality. And then see this plus that little guitar sounding thingy. I'm gonna call it fake guitar. And then with the clock, I just gotta fix that ending. The timing isn't right. Then I can put all of this onto one little, I'm just gonna call this music. And I'm gonna just put it on one channel, one group channel. That way I can have control over how it all sits together. You see what I mean? It's kind of nice. Actually, I'll do... do it all like this. And then... use that little fill for the very end. Actually, I want to use it like this. Yeah. Cool. Let's see how it works with this. See, sometimes I just bring in a like a drum loop, and then I start like chopping it up, so it'll be like it's gonna just like I can just like use certain parts of it, so it's not the exact like original thing that I brought in. Like I don't really care for that groove, but there's and like that is kind of a cool little. actually like this sound. That's cool. So maybe I can use that like okay, that's cool. I think that's for what it is right now. It's fine. I'll just come back to it. I just wanted to make sure that I have that original thing. We call that save it for now. Maybe it'll turn into something cool. We don't know until we go for it. How long have I been on this street? I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. All right, let's see. Let's come back to Zodiac real quick and see my original. Completely different vibe. But it works. So I just like pitched it up a little bit because it's gonna stick out in the mix a little bit better. Why not? Let's see. big drums. But let's see how that all works together. First and foremost, I have to make sure that quantization works, because sometimes, because this track is in 3/4, it's not 4/4, and the quantization sometimes doesn't actually do it right on the grid. Okay. All right, let's see. I think I should just make that as part of the beat. So hold on. Let me see. What's the clean? I'll just take that part and that part. Let me just bounce that in place. I think that'll work. You want to roll off this end because we don't need it. All right, we will mix it in right after we actually find the placements for it. So I think for that section, for this section we don't need it. And then we bring it back for the climax. So the same actually trick that I said with like the tremolo plugin, you can use that with this too and make it make the stereo image a little bit wider. Versus it's so like dead center. It's like you can make it a little bit more stereo, and also you kind of give it like a bit of a movement. Amazing. Well, I think this is definitely a great place to stop. I'll come back to it tomorrow, perhaps, and continue the madness. And yeah, let's see what tomorrow brings. But thank you so much for being here, tuning into another AFSHEEN stream of consciousness. Whatever that comes to my head, we just talk about it here. And yeah, have the best Wednesday ever. And I will see you on the other side. Also, Bada Boom is out. If you haven't listened to the new single, please stream it, love it, like it, share it, post it, whatever you want to do. And let's keep it going. Love you so much. Thank you so much, Kim. And yeah, we'll definitely hang tomorrow for another AFSHEEN. All right, cheers. Bye.